God says, Archangel Michael has been standing in front of you since last night, watching over the gates of your life. He holds his sword of light, whispering your name into the heavens, because something has been trying to reach you. He also says, your miracle will come in secret in 5 minutes after you see this. At the same moment, there is a warning. A very bad news has already set its path toward your house. This is not a coincidence, not a small sign, not something you can ignore, because heaven has been recording your every prayer and every tear. Heaven has recorded every sleepless night when you thought you were abandoned. Now the revelation is timed perfectly. 5 minutes after this moment, your destiny will be tested. Every time before you skipped, delayed, and turned away. You thought it wasn't urgent, that it could wait, or that you were not the one chosen. But Michael says, you cannot skip this again. If you skip this one more time, something you love will break apart. Something you thought was safe will collapse, and you will blame yourself for ignoring the voice of God. Archangel Michael says, your miracle is hidden in a secret that will be revealed to you suddenly. It will be like a door unlocking without a key, like a light shining through a wall you thought was solid. This secret will not be spoken aloud in the noise of the world. It will arrive quietly in the silence of your spirit, and only you will know it is for you. But the very moment you receive it, an energy of resistance, a shadow, a piece of bad news waiting outside your door will also try to walk in. That is why Michael stands there, sword drawn, crying with urgency. Do not ignore me again. Do not delay in opening your heart. Do not say maybe later, maybe tomorrow. I tell you, it is now. It is now or never. God says you have been chosen for this message because the pattern of your life has been under attack. People you trusted have spoken against you. People you loved have betrayed your kindness. Yet heaven has kept you alive, covered, and protected because your role on this earth is not finished. You still have promises that must be fulfilled, and miracles that must manifest through you. That is why the bad news coming toward your house is not random. It is a last attempt from darkness to shake your faith, to convince you that God is not with you. But Archangel Michael has already seen it and has already fought for you. He says you must take this message seriously, because the miracle and the warning are tied together. If you embrace the message, the miracle will open, and the bad news will be transformed, intercepted, and turned into a testimony. If you skip it, the miracle will vanish like smoke, and the bad news will enter with full force. Do you remember the nights you asked God, why me? Why is everything so heavy? Why do I feel like I am always tested when I already have so little strength left? Heaven heard you. Heaven was not blind. Michael himself leaned close to you when you whispered those words, and his tears fell because he could not bear to see you feeling so unprotected. He has been assigned to you for this hour. He says, beloved, the enemy knows your destiny. That is why the attack has been so heavy. That is why the bad news has been circling your house. But I am here, and I am telling you, open this message with your whole heart. Take it as your lifeline. Your miracle is coming in secret, but it depends on your attention. God says there are people close to you who will not understand what is happening. They will tell you to ignore the signs. They will say it is just your imagination. They will call you dramatic or foolish, but they do not see what Michael sees. They do not hear the footsteps of the messenger carrying both miracle and warning. They do not know that heaven has timed this moment to test whether you will believe or skip again. If you listen, the blessing will be poured into your life so abundantly that even your enemies will have to admit that God is real. If you turn away, the news waiting outside your house will break something you cannot repair. Archangel Michael says, you always skip this. You always wait too long. You always think maybe it's not for you. That hesitation has cost you opportunities. It has delayed your blessings. It has allowed people to take what was meant for you. Not this time. I command you by the authority God gave me, do not skip. Do not close your eyes. Do not scroll past this. Do not think you have more time. This is the last warning. This is the last call before the storm touches your house. God says, the bad news looks terrifying from the outside, but in truth it has no power once you open your heart to this message. It is like a letter delivered to your door with your name written on it. But once you accept the miracle, the words inside the letter will burn, and the paper will turn to ash before it can harm you. That is why this moment is so important. Heaven is watching whether you will believe, whether you will hold on to faith, whether you will trust that God's word is higher than any bad newsman or demon can send. Michael says, "The secret of your miracle will shock you because it is not something you expected. It is not the thing you have been begging for in the exact words, but it is connected to the deepest desire of your heart. It will come in a way you cannot predict, through a path you thought was closed, through a person you never imagined, through a timing that looks impossible. That is why it must be secret until it manifests. Because if the enemy knew exactly what was coming, he would try to destroy it before it reached you. But now it is too late. The miracle is already on its way, hidden in heaven's covering, waiting only for your attention, waiting for your acceptance, waiting for you to say, 'Yes, God, I believe this is for me.' You may be shaking right now. You may feel fear rise in your chest. But Michael says that fear is the enemy trying to confuse you. You are not meant to fear. You are meant to stand in faith to understand that the sword of Michael is already between you and the bad news. He has already cut the path, already set the fire around your house, already marked your door with protection. All you need to do is not skip, not ignore, not push away. Your obedience is the key. God says you will soon see the signs. Within minutes, you will feel the shift in your spirit. You will notice a sudden calm, a sudden peace, a sudden strange alignment of events. Someone you did not expect will contact you, or something that was hidden will be revealed, and you will know this was the secret Michael spoke of. At the same time, you may also hear bad news trying to enter your space. Do not fear it. Do not accept it. Declare in your heart, God already spoke. Michael already warned me. The miracle is mine. The bad news cannot touch me. Archangel Michael says, I will stand at your door until you receive this. I will not leave you uncovered. But I need you to believe. I need you to stop doubting. I need you to stop skipping. I need you to open your spirit fully this time. God says your tears are not wasted. Your pain is not wasted. Even the times you skipped, heaven still recorded your faith in the little ways. But this time is different. This time the miracle and the warning are tied together and your choice will decide the outcome. Michael is crying with urgency because he does not want you to lose this moment. So hear this now. You are loved, you are chosen, you are protected, and you are warned. Your miracle will arrive in secret within minutes. The bad news is already at your door, but it cannot enter if you hold on to this message. Do not skip. Do not doubt. Do not delay. The heavens are open. The angels are ready. And Michael has spoken. God says, I am speaking directly to you, and I am not allowing any distractions to interfere with this moment, because this message is only for you. Archangel Michael stands beside you even as you are reading this, and he is shouting in urgency that your miracle is standing just 5 minutes away from you. The reason why this timing is so critical is because heaven has been watching the way you delay, the way you skip, the way you close your eyes to what is being sent. And this time you cannot make the mistake of ignoring it. A very heavy news is already walking toward your house, carrying shadows with it, and it will knock if you do not allow the light to rise within you. Now the secret that Michael has held back until this exact moment is the very thing that will shift the balance in your life, the very thing that will take away the curse, the very thing that will protect you from the wave of destruction that has been waiting at your gate. God says, you have been watched for a very long time. Not only by angels, but also by those who wish to see you fall. The darkness has whispered lies into the ears of people around you, convincing them to betray you, convincing them to misunderstand you, convincing them to plot against your peace. What you did not know is that they paid for your silence. They paid for your downfall. They paid for your isolation. But heaven intercepted their whispers. Heaven intercepted their money. Heaven intercepted their plans. And now I, the Lord, expose this to you through Michael's cry. Michael says, you are standing in the middle of a battlefield that looks invisible to your physical eyes, but is more real than the ground beneath your feet. Every day your soul has been fighting, and every day angels have been shielding you. God says, the reason why Michael says the miracle will appear in 5 minutes is because it is already written that when you receive this, a shift of timing will open like a divine clock striking the hour, and what was hidden will suddenly be revealed. That secret will not remain in darkness anymore. That secret will not be controlled by those who tried to bury it. That secret belongs to you, and its revelation will guard you from the bad news that is already walking toward your home. You always skipped this before, and that is why the enemy laughed. That is why delays entered. That is why blessings were slowed down, because your attention was scattered. But this time God says you must not skip it. This is why Michael is almost weeping, almost shouting, his wings trembling because he sees the weight of what is coming, and he sees the only shield strong enough to block it is hidden in this very message. God says the bad news that is walking toward your house is not ordinary. It is not just a letter. It is not just a phone call. It is not just a message from someone. It is a test of faith, a storm designed to shatter you. If you are not standing firmly in the light, you cannot allow fear to hold you, because fear is the doorway that allows that storm to gain entrance. Instead, God says, you must trust me even as the wind begins to blow, even as voices rise against you, even as shadows try to crawl closer. Michael says, your shield is obedience, your weapon is trust, your protection is prayer. The timing is urgent because heaven already knows the steps of the storm. Heaven already sees where it will try to strike. And heaven already has the exact counterattack prepared. God says, I have sent signs to you before, and you know in your spirit that you felt them. You brushed them off as coincidences, but they were not. That sudden dream, that sudden word that made your heart race, that sudden moment when you saw the same thing twice in one day, those were my signs. Michael has whispered, pay attention. But you closed the page, you scrolled away, you said, maybe later. But now there is no later. This is why God says, open it immediately. If you close your eyes to this now, then you are telling heaven you are willing to face the storm without your shield. And that is dangerous. You were not built to fight this storm alone. You were not designed to carry this weight without angelic intervention. God says, even now Michael is standing in your house, walking through your rooms, marking your walls with the sword of light, so that when the bad news tries to cross your threshold, it will be stopped in its tracks. He has been assigned to you specifically because of the way you are chosen, because of the destiny that is hanging over you, because of the miracle that is about to arrive. The miracle is so close that the enemy has grown frantic. That is why you have seen strange delays, sudden arguments, unexplained setbacks. Those were not random. They were the last attempts to distract you, to stop you from opening your eyes to this very moment. But God says, their time is over, their plans are exposed, their whispers are silenced. God says, you will notice that as you continue reading this, your body may feel strange. Your spirit may feel stirred because heaven is pressing on you the urgency of the moment. Do not run from it. Do not ignore it. Receive it because the clock is ticking. 5 minutes in heaven's time is a flash of energy, a divine alignment, a window that opens and closes quickly. When Michael says your miracle will secret itself into your life in 5 minutes, he is not speaking casually. He is declaring the exact moment when your alignment begins. That means you must be awake when it happens. You must be listening when it happens. You must be open when it happens. God says the bad news will not be able to destroy you if you hold to me. It will come close, but it will not crush you. It will knock, but it will not enter. It will roar, but it will not devour. The reason why I am warning you is not to make you afraid, but to prepare you, to strengthen you, to place you in the safe covering before the storm fully rises. Michael says, this is not a game, this is not a random word, this is not something you should dismiss. He is crying out saying, do not skip again, do not skip again. Because every time you skipped, a door opened to darkness. Every time you skipped, the enemy gained a foothold. But this time the light is so strong, the angels are so ready, that if you obey, everything will turn in your favor. God says, I know you feel tired, I know you feel weary, I know you have said, why me, why always me? But you must understand the reason why battles come to you is because your calling is higher than most. You carry something in your spirit that the enemy is terrified of. You carry a destiny that cannot be copied, cannot be stolen, cannot be destroyed. That is why you are attacked. That is why storms chase you. That is why betrayals wound you. But God says, even though storms chase you, blessings are running faster. Even though enemies plot, angels are ahead of them. Even though bad news knocks, miracles arrive sooner. This is why the timing of 5 minutes is so important, because heaven is making sure the miracle arrives before the storm can do what it planned. God says, right now you must release your fear. Right now you must say in your heart, Lord, I trust you. Because when you do that, Angels take it as permission to fight harder for you. They do not move without your trust because your trust is the key. Michael says, "Your faith is the code that unlocks the shield around your house. He has already drawn his sword. He has already set his wings around you. He has already marked your name in heaven's fire. All you must do is believe and not turn away." God says, "I know you are asking, what is this bad news? What is coming?" It will appear like loss. It will appear like betrayal. It will appear like a breaking. But it is not greater than me. It is not stronger than me. It is not higher than me. Michael says it is a test to see if you will stand or if you will collapse, but you are not meant to collapse. You are meant to rise, and your miracle will not only protect you, it will shock everyone who thought you would fall. They will see you standing when they expected you to be destroyed. They will see you rising when they expected you to be broken. They will see your house filled with light when they thought it would be filled with sorrow. God says this is why you must not skip, because your obedience now will determine the shape of your tomorrow. Michael says, He has already fought in your dreams, already appeared in your thoughts, already whispered into your spirit, but this is the loudest he has ever shouted. If you skip this, he will not be able to fight with the same strength because you will have refused the very message that strengthens him. Do not push him away. Do not close your ears. Open. Receive. God says, I am with you. Rest assured nothing will go wrong with you as long as you stay under my covering. Even if winds blow, even if doors slam, even if tears fall, I will not let you be destroyed. I have carved your name in my palm. I have marked your forehead with my seal. I have sent Michael to you at this very hour because I refuse to let the enemy win. The miracle is already breathing toward you, and in just moments, it will manifest. Trust me. Trust Michael. Trust the signs. God says this message is your shield, your warning, your secret, your miracle. Do not skip. Open it fully. Let it enter your heart. Because the moment you do, everything changes. God says, my beloved child, this message is only for you, not for anyone else. And you must open your heart and receive it now, because what is being shown to you carries the weight of eternity, carries the sound of angels whispering your name, carries the thunder of heaven's judgment and the sweetness of divine mercy. Archangel Michael stands with his sword of light, and he is trembling because he has seen what is hidden in the dark. He has seen what was whispered against you. He has seen the shadow that thought it would overtake you. And he declares with the voice of the Almighty that your miracle is set to unlock in 5 minutes. But if you hesitate, if you delay, if you say later, the miracle will remain sealed, and instead the bad news will rush into your house like an uninvited storm. You must know that the heavens have been watching how you always come close, how you always touch the edge of the blessing. And then you skip, you move away, you delay, you say, not today. And the angels weep because each delay has cost you years of joy. Each hesitation has built a wall that separated you from what was already yours. But today the voice of God himself is crying out for you. And he says, no more delays, no more skipping, no more waiting until later. The clock of heaven has reached the final mark, and your secret is waiting, trembling in the atmosphere. A miracle that has been wrapped with your name, signed by the blood of the Lamb, guarded by the hands of Archangel Michael, and pressed upon your heart by the Spirit of God. And Michael says, your miracle will become a secret in 5 minutes, 5 minutes, child. Not 5 days, not 5 years, but 5 minutes after your eyes see this message. After your ears hear the vibration of heaven calling your name. After your spirit awakens to the truth that this is not a game, not an accident, not a random moment, but a divine appointment written before the world began. You must understand bad news has already been assigned against your house, against your family, against your peace. The enemy thought he would strike you while you were asleep, thought he would deliver sorrow at your door like a thief in the night. But the Almighty God saw it before it happened, and he sent Archangel Michael to stand guard, to cry out to you in urgency, to warn you that this is the moment you cannot ignore. This is the moment you cannot treat as casual, because the balance of your destiny is in the scale. The weight of your future is in the moment. Beloved soul, listen carefully, because this is not by chance that you are seeing this message at this very moment. God himself has sent his angels to whisper into your heart, and Archangel Michael stands close to you, holding his sword of light, declaring that what you are about to read is a secret that is meant only for you. You may have been ignoring the signs, skipping the moments when heaven was trying to speak, but today is not one of those times. Today is sacred. Today is different. Today is charged with the breath of God Himself. And what is hidden is about to be revealed. There is something moving toward your life, something heavy and troubling. But God wants you to know that even when the news appears bad, even when it feels like shadows are entering your house, you are not alone. You are not abandoned, and you are not defeated. You are surrounded, guarded, and lifted up by His eternal love. Archangel Michael says that in the next 5 minutes after your spirit opens to this word, a miracle will be released into your life. This miracle is not loud. It is secret. It may come like a whisper, like a sudden realization, like a phone call, or like an unexpected shift in your heart. You will know it is from God because it will come with peace that cannot be explained, with strength that cannot be stolen, and with hope that rises like the sun even after the longest night. Do not doubt it, because when God speaks, nothing can silence His voice. When God decides, no hand on earth or in darkness can undo it. But there is also a warning. A piece of news is coming to your house, and it is not good news. Heaven does not reveal this to frighten you, but to prepare you, to steady you, to anchor you, so that when it comes, you will not be shaken. For too long you have skipped the messages, dismissed the signs, ignored the quiet urgings in your spirit. That is why Archangel Michael is commanding with urgency, do not skip this one. Do not turn away this time. You must open your heart and receive, because this message is your shield. It is the covering God has placed over you, so that what is coming cannot destroy you. Child of God, you have been through many storms. You have cried silent tears that no one saw. You have questioned why so much seemed to be against you, why betrayal knocked at your door, why people you trusted turned away. But even in all of that, you were never alone. Heaven was watching. Angels were circling, and God was keeping you alive, because there is still purpose on your life. That is why this message comes with such urgency, because something in the unseen is shifting. What the enemy meant for harm will be turned to good, but only if you hold on to God now. Only if you trust Him completely. Only if you decide to believe His word even above the bad news that may soon arrive. In the spiritual realm, I see Archangel Michael standing tall, radiant with fire, holding back forces that wanted to crush you. He is weeping because you often ignored him, yet he has never abandoned you. He still fights for you because God commanded him to guard you. He whispers, "Now, do not fear." Even when the news comes, even when you hear words that try to break you, I will shield your heart. The miracle will arrive secretly, and it will cover you. The world may see only the bad, but you will see the hidden miracle that God has already planted for you. Trust is what God asks of you now. Pray to Him with sincerity. Even if your voice shakes, do not delay. Do not postpone. Do not say later. Right now is when the heavens are open. Right now is when the miracle is being written into your story. Bad news may try to enter, but the power of God will turn it into testimony. The people around you may not understand, but you will stand in peace because you chose to believe. Do not be afraid of the secret, for it is not to harm you. The secret is your protection. The secret is your miracle. In 5 minutes, when you allow faith to rise, something will move in your atmosphere. A heavy burden will begin to lift. A strange pressure on your spirit will suddenly release, and you will know that God has touched you. You will know that angels have entered your home. You will know that the very bad news that was coming will not have the power it was meant to have, because heaven has already intercepted it. So hold on, stay awake. Pray with your heart open. Whisper even now, "God, I trust you. I will not skip this message. I believe in your miracle." And as those words rise, the miracle that was hidden will begin to manifest. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. You are protected. God is with you. And nothing, no bad news, no shadow, no plan of darkness will be able to overcome the shield of His love over you. The miracle is already moving. Trust, wait, and watch what He is about to do. God says this is not an ordinary moment. This is not a casual word thrown into your day, but this is a divine alert directly for your spirit, your heart, and your destiny. God says He has heard your cries in silence. He has seen the weight you carry even when no one else notices, and He is not blind to the things that surround you. Right now, as you read this, Archangel Michael stands near you with his sword of light and truth, guarding you from the things you cannot see. God says, "I know you feel like you have been skipped too many times, like blessings passed you by, like others received miracles while you waited and waited. But hear him now. Your miracle is hidden inside the very secret that will be revealed to you in the next moments. What seemed hidden is about to be opened. What was concealed in darkness is about to shine, and the thing you thought was lost forever will suddenly return to you. Archangel Michael says that this is not to be taken lightly, because in just minutes something will shift in your life, and if you ignore it, you will regret it deeply. For too long heaven has whispered, pay attention, watch, listen, and yet your distractions and your fears kept you from fully receiving. But now God says there is no more time to delay, because the news that has been circling around you is approaching your house. This news is not good. It carries heaviness. It carries fear. It carries a weight meant to break you, but God promises as long as you open your heart now, as long as you let Him step into the center of your being, nothing will harm you. Yes, storms may rise, but you will not sink. Yes, voices may come against you, but you will not be defeated. God says, I am placing a shield around you right now, an invisible shield of light that no darkness can pierce. You must understand the miracle is tied to the secret. Michael says, child of God, your miracle is about to be released in 5 minutes of obedience, 5 minutes of opening, 5 minutes of surrender. This is not about how worthy you think you are, because heaven already knows you are worthy. This is about how willing you are to receive. Every time you delayed, every time you ignored the sign, you extended your own waiting. That is why you have felt like you are running in circles, seeing the same pain repeat in different faces, in different situations. But God is breaking the cycle right now. The bad news that is coming to your house may be the kind that shakes the ground under others, but for you it will not destroy. What others call tragedy, God will turn into testimony. What others call loss, God will transform into a seed of gain. Do not fear the shadow that tries to enter your home, because Michael is standing by the door with his flaming sword. The enemy has tried again and again to touch your household, but heaven has recorded every attempt, and this is the hour of exposure. God says, I am exposing the one who whispered lies against you. I am exposing the one who wanted to harm your peace. I am exposing the spirit that pretended to be your friend while planning your downfall. You may not have seen it with your eyes, but you have felt it with your spirit. You felt the heaviness when you entered certain rooms. You felt the unease when certain people drew close. And you wondered if you were imagining things. You were not imagining. That was my spirit warning you, says the Lord. God says you are safe. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you when you lean fully on me. Pray not with fear, but with trust. Right now, as you let these words flow into your heart, your spirit is being armed. The angels are surrounding your house. Even though bad news is on its way, you will watch it transform before your very eyes. It will come as a shadow, but turn into light. It will come as an attack, but turn into a blessing. It will come as a fall, but turn into a rise. God does not lie. Michael is weeping even now because you have skipped too many of these warnings before. Every time you ignored his tears burned the heavens. He cries because he loves you, because he has been assigned to you, because he has fought for you countless times when you didn't even know. He stood between you and the car accident. He stood between you and the sickness. He stood between you and betrayal. And yet when he calls and you do not answer, he feels the pain of being unheard. But today, Michael says, do not let this moment pass. Do not delay. Do not close your eyes and pretend it is not urgent. God says, I am giving you one more chance to walk into your miracle before the shadow enters your house. If you obey me now, you will laugh at the bad news that others expected to crush you. You will rise from it. You will shine from it. You will testify from it. You may not understand why it had to be this way, but heaven sees beyond your understanding. Close your eyes for just a moment and breathe. God is closer than your breath. He is whispering, child, I am here. I am not leaving you. Trust me. Pray to me. Cling to me. Nothing will go wrong with you. The news is coming, but so is your miracle in less than. You think the secret will open before you. What you feared will break away. What you hoped will arrive. Archangel Michael stands at your side commanding you, open now. Do not ignore, for this moment is heaven's emergency call just for you. My beloved child, listen carefully. For this message comes with urgency, not by accident, not by chance, but because heaven has pressed this word into your heart at this very moment. God says, Archangel Michael stands before you with wings stretched wide, a shield in one hand and a sword of light in the other, declaring with all the strength of heaven that your miracle has been placed in motion, hidden only for you, and it is about to reveal itself. But Michael also weeps because he knows how often you have hesitated, how often you have ignored the whispers from above, how many times you told yourself you would listen later, and heaven warns you later is no longer safe. The time is now. God sees the pain inside you, the unanswered questions, the nights you laid awake feeling the weight of invisible battles pressing against your chest. He sees the moments you prayed and wondered if he was really hearing you. He sees the way you question why certain storms came into your home, why certain betrayals cut you so deeply, why certain doors slammed shut just when you thought life was opening up. But God says today that none of it was in vain. None of it was wasted. The tears you cried became seeds planted in heavenly soil. And Michael himself has been ordered to water those seeds with his protection until they burst forth into miracle. But listen, before the miracle, there is a shadow approaching. A bad news is walking toward your house, trying to enter through the cracks of your fear. It wants to disturb your peace, to make you believe you are forsaken, to make you think that you are standing alone. But God says you are not alone. That shadow has no authority unless you open the door by doubting, by skipping over the very message that has been sent to shield you. Amen.